Melbourne United's Josh Boone regards himself as one of the best centres in the NBL. Photo AAP Josh Boone heard the horn and knew what was coming next. The former NBA big man was just 90 seconds into the clash against Sydney Kings last Monday night, and Melbourne United coach Dean Vickerman was benching him. Boone loves battling the elite centres in the NBL and believes himself to be among the best, so he had looked forward to taking on former NBA centre Jeremy Tyler from the Kings. But Vickerman said in the pre-game video session that Tyler couldn't be allowed to face the basket and shoot a jump shot, as it is one of his favorite moves. Sure enough, in the opening few plays he turned on Boone, measured up and shot. Boone leapt at it, was right in his face, but the basket still went down and his coach called to reserve centre Majok Majok. Players with Boone's resume are rarely benched, and he could have easily sulked. He made plans to leave the team. Instead he copped it sweet. As luck would have it, Majok picked up 2 fouls and Boone was back out on court before quarter time. He would go on to have the biggest rebounding night in the NBL this season, with 17 rebounds and 14 points in a 9,569 Melbourne win. While I was frustrated before that and frustrated after that, the fact was that was what we said, and I'm glad Vickerman did follow through with it, Boone said this week. All I could do was keep my focus and stay mentally in the game. It wasn't like I was going to sit there forever. I knew I would get back into the game, it was just a matter of how long. I didn't expect to get back in during the first quarter, but I did get back in and made sure I went even harder. Vickerman said that response was exactly what he expected from Boone, who leads the NBL in rebounding and has been among Melbourne's best players this year. He'll need to continue to do that with all the guys, live up to the standards I set, Vickerman said. Josh's response was great. On Saturday night they play Illawarra Hawks in Wollongong. The Hawks made the grand final last season, and while they lost to Melbourne 2 weeks back, that loss came with centre AJ Ogilvy and import Demetrius Conger missing. Both will be back this game, and Boone wants to face them at full strength, as Ogilvy is one of matchups he lifts for. Unfortunately, I have always been a guy where there are certain matchups and certain games that get me going a bit more, Boone said. Jeremy Tyler is an ex-big guy, so it's a good opportunity for me to prove him one of the best, if not the best, big man in this league, and that is how I approach it. Last week when we faced Illawarra in Melbourne, I was pretty upset. AJDIDNT players, that was a matchup I was looking forward to. They have us this weekend and we have 3 more times this season. Boone has had 20 rebound games in the NBA and every league he has played in except the NBL and the NBA D-League. But just like the Kings game, Boone wants his side to win first, then worry about numbers second. We have been saying it for months now. We can't be this team that is up and down, plays great one game and then doesn't quite show up, Boone said. We need to go to Wollongong and we need to play just like we did against Sydney and get the win. Melbourne United play Illawarra Hawks in Wollongong on Saturday at 7:30 p.m.